What is it to be human? What is it to ache? What is it to be alive?
Hi, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Christy, this is Alonzo, this is Ben. We're talking about Anomalisa, a beautiful and strange movie involving puppets. You like puppets. Tell us all about it.
Okay, yeah, so this is the long-awaited return to the director chair for Charlie Kaufman after doing Synecdoche, New York. He is co-directing with Duke Johnson, who's a stop-motion animator. And this is really the kind of story you could, I think, only successfully tell as a stop-motion animated film. David Thewlis voices a kind of corporate guru, motivational speaker guy who finds the world very bland and very much the same thing over and over again. Until on a business trip, he meets a young woman who might stand out in a world of sameness. Check it out.
Each person you speak to has had a day. Some of the days have been good, some bad. Each person you speak to has had a childhood. Each has a body. Each body has aches. Look for what is special about each individual. Focus on that. Remember, there is someone out there for everyone. I think you're extraordinary.
Why?
I don't know yet. It's just obvious to me that you are. Our time is limited, we forget that.
It's amazing how long it took to make this. It's amazing the craft and like the painstaking detail.
How long did it take?
A couple of years.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, for me at least, I forgot after a while I was looking at puppets.
Yeah.
Because the emotion is so true and their connection is so honest and so vulnerable and so sweet and so raw that I never forgot I was watching something extraordinary from a visual perspective, but I forgot this is a thing with puppets. It just felt like people connecting.
Yeah.
And there was truth in that.
There's a tiny little spoiler in this, but I think it's important to say that I thought it would have been better if it had slightly more puppet oral sex.
Right. It's tough to get that right.
Wow.
Apparently, that sequence took a very long time.
Yeah,
Like, it literally took months, I think, just to get the
Funny,
the
man.
love scene happening.
It's quite a love scene.
It's very tender.
It is very tender.
Yeah,
It's
it's not Team America.
It's not. No. You think you've seen puppet sex.
And so as you said, it's a guy who everything life has become, everything is similar in his life, and there is nothing stands out. And it took, like by the end of the movie, I had sort of, maybe it took me longer to sort of get the point. And because it was so strange, I felt like I was seeing something strange, like I was seeing a strange Charlie Kaufman movie, and it was hard and so I got into it slower. By the end, I had bought in, but it clearly took me a little longer. Like I left thinking, wow, I don't know what I thought of that. I know I can't hate it. Mm-hmm. Like it was too interesting. It was too different.
Kind of haunting, huh?
A little. It was something, and I didn't know. We should mention. You mentioned David Thewlis, right?
David Thewlis, yeah.
He does the lead, but and then Jennifer Jason Leigh. Mm-hmm. Nice year for Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, and Tom Noonan.
Tom Noonan does every other voice.
does every other character.
Yeah.
David Thewlis does the lead, and Jennifer Jason Leigh does the woman, and then there's a bunch of other characters, and Tom Noonan does all of those.
It took me a while to figure out what that was about, right?
Right, that's
to
the sameness, right.
How it ties into everything.
And because they don't go out of their way to explain it.
No.
And I love that about it.
No, he doesn't do different voices.
It's
He
the
just-
exact same voice with the exact same inflection, whether it's the hotel concierge or it's the room service person or it's a fan he's meeting, and they don't explain it to you. You've got to figure it out. And the mystery of what the hell is going on here is so compelling.
Yeah, I mean, and I Synecdoche, New York is probably my favorite film of the first decade of this century. Yeah, I love that movie, and I think it's the more times I see it, I'm always discovering new things about it and finding new things that it's saying. And I suspect this is going to be the same way for me the more that I watch it. And I think in both cases, Kaufman creates a very flawed protagonist who I don't think, I think that some people think that the movie is trying to let him off the hook or justify his point of view, but I think it's very much saying, no, the problem isn't with the world, the problem is with this guy.
And it always will be.
Yeah, and
No
it's just
matter what
how
it
this
is.
guy perceives the world. It's not that it's the world's fault, it's this guy's fault for how he processes it all. Yeah, and I just, it's impeccably produced and well put together. All the performances are so strong. And I mean, I saw this movie in September at the Venice Film Festival, and I have not stopped thinking about it. It's definitely one of my favorite films this year.
It's very pure in its Charlie Kaufman-ishness, right? In terms of the worldview and the loneliness and the melancholy and the struggling to connect, and how that may not necessarily turn out in the happiest of ways or the most tidy of ways, and so it's a very pure kind of distillation of what we've seen from previous movies like Synecdoche, New York, which I don't love as much as you do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing because I respect you and you're, smart. But you're so smart, and that I know I missed something. I hated Synecdoche.
Oh.
But I knew I hated it the way that I don't understand real art. Like I feel bad for Charlie Kaufman, because you'd think, look, I wear glasses. I'm a Jew. I'm supposed to be his
your
audience.
audience.
Right, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't get it at all, and I felt like it was saying, I left Synecdoche, was like, wow, I'm dumb. I'm a dumb person. And I didn't feel included. I felt much more included in this, although it took me a while. That's why my score is lower, although it's still unquestionably worth seeing.
They are 12-inch puppets, by the way. When you see this, and you should see this, I went to a screening with a Q&A afterward, maybe back in October, and they actually brought, there's a couple many different versions of the hair and the actual puppets in the outfits, but we saw a version of it, and they're like 12 inches high.
Wow.
I did not.
Yeah.
No, it's fascinating. It's an impressive thing to make, to make something in this world, in this field, so totally different than anything people have seen before. It deserves a lot. It deserves a 10 on that count.
Well, it is we're in the LA Film Critics Association. It's our pick for best animated film.
And Carter Burwell
Yes.
got best score for this and for
Carol.
Yeah.
Haunting music, yes, and a lovely solo performance from Jennifer Jason Leigh, which I will not tell you what song she sings.
Oh God, yeah.
It's not what you expect it to
it's
be.
a heartbreaking moment.
So what's your number then, Ben?
7.8.
Okay, I'm saying 8.8.
I said 9.8. It's I think it was my number 3 film of 2015. So I cannot recommend it enough. Go see Anomalisa. It's awesome.
You see it on an actual
Could've given
screen.
it a 10.
I could have.
See it on an actual screen, just to appreciate what went into the craft of making it. So our average is an 8.8. It is 96% on the tomato meter. I assume it's rolling out. It opens the 30th?
December 30th. I think New York, LA for awards consideration, and then probably in the weeks to come it'll go wider. Paramount's got it, so it's not going to be like a tiny art house thing.
Yes, there's nothing else like it. So go see it. Bye.